So standing with your feet hips distance apart. Let's roll the shoulders back a few times. Elbows are soft and just gazing ahead. And forward. Really nice. And let the shoulders relax. Look down at your feet and then look straight ahead. Bend your knees and straighten. Rock back on the heels. Lift up all 10 toes. See if you can spread your toes. Feel your knees and your thighs engage. And then lower the toes. Lift up on the heels. Or lift the heels up, I'm sorry. So you're balancing the heels on top of the balls of your feet. Feeling your strong calves. And then lower the heels. And then turn your palms out, reach the arms all the way up. And you're still looking straight ahead. And now hook your thumbs, palms are face forward. And let's crescent over to the right. So it's a gentle crescent to the right first. Big stretch of the day. You can bend the knees and then straighten the knees. And then reach the arms all the way up. And then crescent over to the left and feel that nice stretch on the right side. Bend your knees, straighten your knees, come all the way up. And then release the arms all the way down. Very nice. And open your feet a little wider. And now let's circle the hips. So keeping the legs pretty straight, just doing that hula hoop circle. So feeling the stretch in your lumbar, your pelvis. Okay. You can still hear me, okay? Right? All right, good. And then change the direction. So the more you are rotating your hips, the more you'll feel, or the bigger your circle, the more you'll feel it in your lower back, your hips, your sides. All right, and then come to a stop, bring your legs together, your feet together, your knees together, hands on top of thighs, and let your hands slide down right to on top of the knees. And now let's circle the knees. So getting the joints in your knees, the joints, these are just a series of joint rotations throughout your body. Nice way to warm up. And then change the direction. So your knees will naturally bend and straighten as you're circling. And then come all the way up. I'm going to turn to the side, step your feet hips distance, and then slide that right foot back, toes down. So your toenails are on the ground. Feel that big stretch on top of that right foot. And then begin to circle your leg so that your leg is nice and loose. So feeling the joints opening up in your toes and your ankles, your knee, and all the way up into the hip. Trying to flip over all 5 toes. And then change the direction. And step that right foot back. And then the other side, slide the left toes behind you. So the left leg has to be behind in order to get this. Feel that nice stretch on top of that foot, and then rolling over all the toes. And it takes a little bit of practice. You might need to hold on to the wall or a piece of furniture. And change the direction. And step that foot back. And then close your eyes. Imagine your nose as a piece of chalk on the clock on a chalkboard, and you're going to start to circle your head. Imagine you're tracing a tennis ball on the chalkboard, and then make the circle bigger and bigger, the size of a volleyball. I'm trying to just go right before, like we don't want to have any cracking or popping in your neck. And then make your circle smaller and smaller, just being gentle with the neck. And then change the direction in the opposite way, making a circle. I mean, it's okay if there's a little popping, but we're just trying to be extra gentle with our neck this morning. And then make the circle smaller and smaller. And then coming to a stop. And gently opening the eyes. And I'm going to turn around so your feet are hips distance apart. Let's inhale the arms all the way up, look up. And then as your forward fold, bend your knees, and with the flat back, come all the way down to the ground. Place your hands on your shins. Inhale, lengthen your spine, look straight ahead. And then exhale and fold. And then reverse swan with bent knees and a flat back, come all the way up, straighten your legs, look up, hands come together. And then again, bend your knees, stick your butt back, come all the way down to the ground. Knees are bent. Inhale, halfway lift, hands come on shins. Exhale, fold. Reverse your swan, arms come out to the sides, flat back. And then as you come to a stand, your legs straight and come all the way up, and then bend the knees, swan all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, reverse, come all the way up. So we're getting a little bit warmer. So you might feel that you might not need to bend your legs, but if you need to bend the legs, you don't want any strain in your back, you can bend them. Some people might want to have their hands on the floor as they extend and lengthen. Forward fold, reverse. So we're going to do that one more time. This is called a half salute. Come all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold. Now bend your knees, both knees. Let's step the right foot to the back of the mat. So at this point, you might want your hands to come on top of blocks. You might not. It depends on how you feel. So give your hips a little wiggle from side to side. We're in a low lunge here. And then look straight ahead. So you're thinking right hip forward, left hip back, crown of the head forward, tailbone back. Right hand is on the ground, left arm comes up, easy twist. Reach that left arm up, roll the left shoulder back. Feel your belly turning up towards the sky, pressing up through that back heel. Beautiful. Left hand comes inside that left foot. Keep the right hip coming forward, and now walk your hands to the right towards the back of the mat, but keep turning that right hip down. Keep that left knee bent, and this really gets your hips. Walk your hands a little more forward and push your butt back, and you'll feel it big time in that left side. So the more you turn that right hip down and push your butt back, the more you feel it. Walk your hands forward, and then your left hand comes over your leg, hoist your belly over your leg, and then bring your right hand over towards the left. Now feel that right side opening up. And then bring your hands all the way back around that front foot, lower that back knee, and now begin to shift your hips back, coming into your half runner stretch. So you're shifting your hips back and your head folds down towards your knee. And then let your hips descend, shoulders down, chest reaching towards the front of the room. And you're going to flow between this half runner's lunge, straightening your leg, and then in this low lunge, hips descending towards the front of your mat. So flowing back and forth, hips come back, hips come forward. At your own pace. And then the next time your hips are forward, let's tuck your back foot, lift that back knee. And again, you could be on blocks here. This might feel better for you. Now lift the hips up and straighten both legs. Both feet are facing forward. And then rebend that left knee, look straight ahead. Lift the hips up and forward fold. And flow back and forth. And then the next time both of your legs are straight or as straight that works for you, keep that right hand on the ground, left arm comes up, easy for your twist. Reach that left arm up, roll the left shoulder back. And then the left hand comes back down. Bring your left hand down to the ground, bend your left knee and step that left foot back to downward facing dog. And then pedal out your legs. Bending one leg and then the other. And downward facing dog. Let's come to a plank, shoulders over wrists, tailbone back, tuck your pelvis forward. Like imagine scooping up your pelvis up towards your lower ribs, sucking the belly button all the way up, pressing out through your heels towards the back of the mat, crown the head forward, and then lower your knees, untuck your toes, come all the way down to your belly. So toes are untucked. Let's take 3 baby cobras. Press your feet down. Inhale, the hands come up, your chest comes up, and you're looking in front of you. And exhale, come down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. And last time. And come all the way down. Let's push back onto hands and knees. Here we are in tabletop. Let's offer a few cat-cows. So push the ground away, chin to chest. And then belly releases, tailbone tips up, look straight ahead, and then flow back and forth in your cat-cow at a speed that works for you. If you like to move slow or a little bit faster, whatever is most beneficial. And visualize the spine opening and closing as you flow back and forth. And then come to your neutral spine. From here, let's step the right foot in between our hands. So right foot comes forward in between your hands. And you can bring blocks under your hands if you like. Tuck your back toes, lift that back knee, and you might need to wiggle that left leg back a little bit more. We're pressing out through that back heel. We're in our little lunge. And now your right arm comes all the way up. Reach that right arm up, roll the right shoulder back. Here we are in our easy twist. Lift the fingers up, roll that right shoulder back, lay your head back, look up at the sun. Beautiful, right hand comes down to the ground. Lower that back knee. And reach your arms all the way up. I think we're going a little bit out of order, if that's okay, we'll get everything. So reach the arms up. And now let's bring your hands inside your left leg, your right foot. So hands are inside that right foot. Heel toe your right foot over towards the right. Lift that back knee. And now we're gonna walk our hands to the left towards the back of the mat. Now turn that left hip down. Keep bending that right knee. Walk your hands in front of your shoulders, push your butt back. Feel that big stretch on the right side. And then walk your hands forward. Right arm comes over your leg. Left arm comes over, twisting towards the right. Feel the left side opening up. Really nice. Bring your hands all the way back down. Lower that back knee. You can untuck the toes and now begin to shift the hips back and you're folding over your leg. Head comes towards that knee. And then rebend that right knee. So just flowing back and forth. You can have hands under blocks here, if that feels better. You might not want to fold all the way, whatever feels most beneficial. And then rebend that front knee, tuck your back toe, lift that back knee, and now we're going to lift the hips up, folding forward, rebend that right knee, and fold. Flowing back and forth. And then the next time you straighten your legs, left hand stays on the ground or a block, or you might be on your fingertips and reach that right arm all the way up. Reach the right arm up, roll the right shoulder back. Nice, right hand comes all the way down. Rebend that right leg and then step it back. Downward facing dog. So fingers are spread nice and wide. Press the thumbs down and the index fingers particularly strong. Everybody lift your heels up. So you're stacking the heels on top of the toes. Bend your knees deeply. They're just a few inches off the ground. Now push your butt back. Feel that stretch under your arms and then straighten your legs. You're back to downward facing dog. So doing that with the breath a little quicker. Inhale up on the toes. Exhale, bend the knees deeply. Inhale, push your hips back. Exhale, straighten the legs. Last time, inhale up on the toes. Exhale, bend the knees deeply. Inhale, push your hips back. Exhale, straighten the legs. Walk your hands back towards your feet. And once you get there, your forward fold, let your knees bend so that your belly is laying on top of your thighs. Bend the knees as much as you need to, and you can give your head a shake, yes and no. Beautiful. And now bend your knees even more. Begin to look at the front of the mat. Bend your knees as much as you can so that your thighs are parallel to the ground. Bring your right elbow on your right thigh and your left elbow on your left thigh. You can interlace your hands and look straight ahead. So this is a tricky way to get into chair. Now your right arm comes out by your ear. Your left arm comes out by your ear. And now begin to lift your torso up, but keep bending your knees, butt comes back, looking straight ahead. And if this doesn't feel good on your neck or your shoulders, you can keep your arms straight out in front of your shoulders. If you have the flexibility in your shoulders, bring your arms up by the ears. Straighten your legs and don't knock yourself out. I mean, if it doesn't feel good, it doesn't feel good. And with practice, you might get a little more flexible, but we're all different. Let's hook our thumbs together, palms face forward, heel toe your feet together. And crescent over to the right. Breathe here. Inhale up, crescent over to the left. Inhale all the way up. And as you exhale, bring your hands to prayer, lower the prayer down to your heart. Let's place your right hand on your heart, left hand below your navel, close the eyes, breathe and feel. New energy. Feeling balanced, alive, healthy, and grounded. And opening your eyes, release the hands. And so now you're at the back of the mat. Let's come into our tree. So you can pick your right foot up, and when you're ready, lift that right foot all the way up inside the left leg, or you can stay balanced on the ground. Maybe the heel is resting against your the inside of your ankle. And being mindful that that left hip is not jutting out to the side. You're drawing that left hip in towards the middle. And you might be using a piece of furniture, that's okay. And then if it feels okay, reach your arms up. Reach those arms up, woo! Keep the eyes softly focused. And the arms come out to the sides. Turn the palms down, and then let's hold elbows behind you, but roll the shoulders back, lift the heart up. Beautiful. And then turn your knee forward and gently step that right foot forward and heel toe your right foot over towards the right, and turn your left foot out 45 degrees. So your left foot is facing the front left corner of your mat. So you can bring your hands on your hips, fingers forward, thumbs behind. This is number one. If you would like a little more opening in your chest, you can keep your arms behind you, holding elbows. Number three, you can interlace the hands behind you, roll the shoulders back and keep the chest lifting up, or Grand Poobah is place your hands in reverse prayer and reach your arms up. So it depends on how you feel. I'm going to put my hands behind me in reverse prayer. So whichever you pick, think of the left hip coming forward, right hip coming back, lift the heart up, look up towards the ceiling. Inhale here. And then as you exhale, extend the tailbone back, crown of the head forward. Thinking left hip forward, right hip back, coming into our Parsvottanasana. And eventually your back will begin to round a little bit, let the head go. And you might be all the way up here, which is totally fine. And then eventually your hands are going to come down around that front foot, and they might come on blocks. So if you need to get blocks, you can get blocks. Inhale, lengthen, look straight ahead. Exhale and fold. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. And one more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Let the head go. Breathe here. Close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. And feel your breath moving in and out. Your belly. Feel it traveling through your throat, out through your nostrils. And then look straight ahead. Bring your right hand to your right hip. Reach your left arm straight out, palm facing the right side of the mat. Inhale that left arm all the way up. But if you're feeling a little wobbly, heel toe your right foot more towards the right, so you'll feel more balanced. Inhale, reach that left arm up, and exhale, extend with the flat back and tap your fingers down to the ground. Inhale, back up. Exhale, reach. And then last time, inhale all the way up. And this time, as you're reaching and extending, you're going to twist, bring the left hand either on top of the right foot or outside that right foot. Roll the right shoulder back. Left shoulder comes across your chest. Right shoulder comes back. Maybe look up at the ceiling. Maybe reach that right arm up towards the sky. It's a big maybe. Palm facing the right side of the mat. Fingertips reaching up. Beautiful, guys. Look down at the ground. Bring your right hand down. Left arm outside that left foot. Bend your front leg. Walk your hands straight out, wider than your shoulders. We're gonna pop up into half moon. This is a toughie. Left leg comes up, open to the left. You can bring your left hand on your hip, roll that left shoulder back. Roll that left shoulder back, crown of the head forward. Maybe reach that left arm up. If you're feeling a little wobbly, look down at the ground for balance. Spread the toes, tuck that right hip under. Breathe here. So feel the energy from the ground, reaching up the right fingers through your arm, through your chest, through the left fingers, and then feel that left heel pushing away, crown of the head forward. Beautiful, look down at the ground, left hand comes down, turn your left hip down, bend that front knee, step it back, downward facing dog. Let's inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth here. Do that 2 more times. Come to a plank. Down to the ground. Untuck your toes, reach your arms back. Lift everything up for a full locust. Turn the pinkies up, thumbs down, reach those legs up, shoulders up, chest lifting up, and you're looking at the ground 3 feet in front of you. Tuck your chin just a tiny bit to lengthen the back of your neck. And come all the way down to the ground. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Push back to hands and knees. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Walk your hands back in towards your feet. Feet are a little wider than hips distance. Here you are in your forward fold. So you might need to keep your knees bent. At this point, you might have your legs straight. Some people might feel uber open. This is called gorilla stand. You can turn the back of your hand down to the ground and your palm is underneath your hands. So this is a big stretch. You're stepping on the palms of your hands and looking between your legs. No back pain. You should feel this in your legs. We don't want this stretch in your lower back. If you're feeling that, you need to bend your knees and take your hands out from underneath your feet. Breathe here. And then release your hands. Let's bend your knees. Bring your right elbow on your thigh, left elbow on your thigh. Interlace your hands, look straight ahead. Give your body time to adjust to being right side up. And then your right arm comes straight out, left arm straight out. Begin to lift the torso up, arms by your ears if possible, butt back. And then push your legs down to the ground, straightening your legs. Heel toe the feet together, hook your thumbs together, palms face forward, press it over to the right. Feel the left side opening, inhale up, exhale over to the left. So good, come all the way up. Let's balance on the toes. Lift the heels up, bring your hands to prayer, lower the prayer down to your heart. Press your prayer against your sternum. Now stay balanced on the toes, let your knees bend, and imagine you're sliding down the wall. Imagine you're sliding down the wall. Keep your back flat against the wall, come to your squat, and your squat might be just like this, and that's perfectly fine. Some of us might come down to our heels. And then slowly come all the way up. Reach your arms up, lower the heels down, swan down to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale and fold, reverse. Come all the way back up. Look up and then bring your hands to prayer. And pull your prayer down to your heart. Okay, shifting your weight to your right foot. We're going to do that whole thing on the other side. So when you're ready, turn that left foot, come into your tree. And you decide how high up the leg you want it to go. Hands come to prayer. Shoulders down. Eyes are soft. Feel the entire right foot pressing down into the ground. And then reach the arms up. Feel the sides lengthen. You can knock your ears against your arms to see if you're in alignment. Maybe wiggle your fingers, rotate your wrists. And then bring the arms out to the sides. Palms down. And then hold elbows behind you. And see if you could switch. If your right arm was closer to your body last time, this time just switch it. Make your left arm closer. It'll feel the weird way. And then turn your knee forward. And step the left foot forward gently. Turn your right toes out towards the right and heel toe your left foot towards the left. If you needed blocks last time, now would be a good time to grab them. And you could decide hands on your hips or hold elbows or interlace your hands behind you and you would fold forward with your knuckles up or reverse prayer. Okay, looking straight ahead, left hip back, right hip forward. Inhale, take a back bend, look up at the sky. And then exhale, hinge your hips, flat back. Parshvottanasana. Feel your back beginning to round, let the head go. And then let your hands come all the way down, either to blocks or the ground. Inhale and lengthen, exhale, fold. 2 more times. And then that last time, close your eyes, let the head go. See if you can soften your face. Draw the left hip back and in. And then gently opening your eyes, bring your left hand to your left hip. Push your left hip back. And then reach your right arm forward, palm facing the left side of the mat. Keep that right arm by the right ear. Inhale, lift your body up. And then exhale, reach and stretch. Inhale, up. Exhale, reach and stretch. Inhale, up. And twist. Right hand comes outside that left foot or on the foot. Push the left hip back, roll the left shoulder back, crown of the head forward, tailbone back. Left arm comes up. Or if it doesn't feel good on the shoulder, keep that left hand on your hip. Look down at the ground, left hand comes down, right hand comes down. Bend your left knee, walk your hands way out in front and wider than shoulders distance. Lean into that left foot, pick up that right leg, and now bring your right hand on your hip, roll that right shoulder back. So you're flexing that right foot, push out through the heel, roll that right shoulder back, tuck that left hip under, reach the right arm up for your half moon, beautiful, opening up to the right. You can always look down at the ground for balance. Beautiful, look down at the ground, right hand comes down, right hip comes down. Let's step back to downward facing dog. Okay, lift that right leg all the way up. Let's come into a pigeon. Right knee comes outside that right wrist. Now, for some people, pigeon is not an option. It just doesn't feel good on your knees. So if you're one of those people, you take pigeon on your back. You come down to your back, bend your knees, and you cross that right ankle over the left knee, and then interlace your hands behind that left knee. Or you grab a strap behind the left thigh. Okay. Everybody else is in there. Right knee forward, left leg back. And just everybody can, if you're in this pigeon, look over that left shoulder. You want that left foot to be straight back behind the heel. You don't want it sickling out one side or the other side, just to protect your knee. Walk your hands in towards your body. Left hip forward, right hip back. Inhale here, and then as you exhale, begin to walk the hands out, and then you can rest on your elbows, or you can take your block, put your head on top of a block. This is very grounding and relaxing. Your block could be mid-height, high height, or if you're feeling like you've done this 1,000 times, you can walk your arms out and then your head comes down to the ground. There's no right way. The only right way is to feel, you need to feel balanced. You don't want your hip all the way over to one side or the other side. You're squeezing that left hip forward, right hip back, and then descending down. Close your eyes. And then lift your head up, walk your hands in, roll onto that right hip, and then scoot your left leg forward. And if you are on your back, you can come to sitting. We're going to come into Janu Shirshasana with the right knee out to the side. Sole the right foot inside that left leg. Left hand comes down, reach your right arm all the way up. Turn your belly towards the left. Inhale and exhale and fold. So your hand might be on your foot or on the ground. Walk your left hand forward outside the left knee and push your fingertips down to help push your belly to the left. So you'll feel your belly twisting towards the left, and then reach your left hand out to match that where your right hand is. Let the elbows float out to the sides. Close your eyes, breathe and feel. Release your foot, slowly walk your hands in, let your torso come up, and then turn towards the right. Now the left arm comes inside that left leg, right hand comes on your hip, roll that right shoulder back, reach your right arm all the way up and over, side bending. Maybe you reach that foot, maybe not, that's okay. Feel that right side opening up. And come all the way back up. Beautiful. Let's come into a butterfly before we do the other side. So feet come together, interlacing over your knees. You can look straight ahead and let your knees bounce up and down. Feeling a beautiful opening inside the legs. Shoulders are down, heart lifting up. And then let the knees relax and stop. And no forward fold. We're just going to cross our ankles, roll over onto our hands and knees, and then shift your knees back, tuck your toes, and come back into downward facing dog. Okay, left leg comes up this time, and we're going to do pigeon on the left side. So that left knee comes forward and outside the left hand. Slide that right leg back. Look over your right shoulder. Make sure your toes are behind the heels. Then look straight ahead. You're squeezing that right hip forward, left hip back. Walk your hands in. See if you're balanced, using your muscles to squeeze and lift your body up. Then walk the hands forward. You can rest on the forearms or all the way down to the ground. Close your eyes. And can you feel your breath slowing down as you completely surrender down to the earth? Lift your head up, walk your hands in, and then gently roll onto that left hip, and then bring your right leg all the way around in front of you. Coming into Janu Shirshasana on the other side. So your chest and your hips are facing your right foot. Reach the left arm all the way up. Inhale, and then as you exhale, with the flat back, reach. And you're not yanking or pulling. Your left hand might land on the floor or on your leg. That's okay. Walk your right hand forward outside the right knee. Press your fingertips down. Let the elbows bend out to the side and gently turn your belly towards the right. Just a little bit. And then reach that right hand forward. It helps to give your back a little more length. You twist and then lengthen. Let the elbows come out to the sides and let your head come between your arms. Close your eyes. Breathe and feel. And slowly walk your hands in, push your torso all the way up. Head is last to come up. And now turn towards your left so you're facing that left knee. Right arm comes outside the right leg, palm face up, left hand on hip. Roll the left shoulder back and then reach that left arm all the way up to the sky. Turn the palm towards your right foot and then reach that left arm over. You might touch, you might not. Your right arm is pushing against the right leg to help roll that left shoulder back. And slowly come all the way back up. And then bring your right knee against the left, or let's come back into butterfly one more time. Sorry. Bring your feet in, interlace your hands around your feet and let your knees flutter up and down. Looking straight ahead. Shoulders are relaxed. Turn the creases of your elbows up towards the sky. And then let your knees come to a rest. Inhale up through the crown, and as you exhale, let the elbows rest either on your shins or outside of your shins. Let the head go. Chin comes to chest without yanking or pulling. Let gravity soften you down towards the earth. Some people can get their head down. Some are just a little bit. Doesn't matter. Slowly lift the torso all the way back up. Head comes up, bring your hands outside of your knees, bring your knees together. Interlace your hands around the knees. Inhale here, crown of the head up. And as you exhale, chin comes to chest, let your back release back, stay here. Your feet are on the ground. Feel the muscles in your upper back opening up. And then flow, inhale, squeeze your thighs. Exhale, chin comes to chest, lean back. Inhale, crown of the head comes up, squeeze your thighs. Exhale, lean back. And last time, inhale up. And exhale, lean back. And now you're gonna hold on to your knees, come all the way down to your back. Hug your knees, right hand on right knee, left hand on left knee. And let's circle. So split the knees and circling the knees in opposite directions, bring them together and just continue to, it's like you're stirring the pot with your knees in opposite directions. And change the direction. Really nice. Let's come into a happy baby. So split the knees, flex your feet, and then reach over the toes, holding over the toes. Your knees are grazing your waist. Imagine the ceiling is coming down over your feet, and you're holding the ceiling up with the soles of your feet. Tuck your chin just a little bit. And you can rock from side to side if that feels good. Holding your feet. And then come to a standstill. Hold the big toes with your peace fingers and then press your legs out wide through the heels. Turn the eyes and the elbows up. And your knees might be bent, that's okay. And then bend the knees, bring them together. Hug your knees with your right arm, left arm out to the side, and then let the knees roll over to the right. Breathe here. Feel that left shoulder softening down to the ground. And it might hover, that's okay. Pick up your left hand. So the back of your left hand is on the ground. Just lift it off the ground an inch and then reach the fingers away. Roll the shoulders under and then lay the left hand down to the ground. You might feel a little more opening in your chest if you do that. And soften your breath. Feeling your belly move back and forth as you breathe. And then bring your knees back up to center. Hug your knees with the left arm, right arm comes out to the side, palm face up, and let the knees release over to the left. Pick up your right hand, reach the fingers away, roll that right shoulder under, and then place that back of the right hand down to the ground. And feel that right side opening up. And then gently bring your knees back up to your chest, rolling onto your back. Bring your head to your knees and squeeze. Make a tight ball, squeeze, contract every muscle of your body. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then soften, let the legs be long, coming into your Shavasana. Palms face up. Let your legs flop out to the sides. If anybody has any tenderness in your lower back, you can bend your knees, place the soles of the feet on the ground, and walk your feet out almost to the sides of the mat and let your knees knock together. Otherwise, enjoy complete relaxation. As you inhale, feel your body lightening and lifting up towards the sky. And as you exhale, feel your body resting, grounding down heavily into the earth. Inhale, lift and light. Exhale, peace and grounding, safety. As you inhale, repeating silently to yourself the word peace. And as you exhale, silently to yourself the word thank you. Inhaling peace and exhaling thank you. And beginning to deepen your breath. Feeling the life in your fingers and your hands. You begin to rotate your wrists and your toes. Maybe rock your head from side to side. And stretch your arms overhead for one last full body stretch. And then when you're ready, bending your knees and rolling onto any comfortable side, take 3 nourishing deep breaths there. And then when you're ready, pushing yourself up to a comfortable cross-legged position Bring your hands to prayer and let your prayer rest comfortably against your heart. Shoulders are down. And tuning into that quiet stillness emanating deep within. And open up your prayer. Turn your palms out outside of the shoulders and feel the heat and the vibrations of peace pushing out through the walls of your house, throughout New Jersey, blanketing peace throughout America. Straighten your arms out, enveloping the world in peace and health and kindness. Bring your arms straight up. And bathe yourself in that peace. Bring your hands all the way back down, and hands come back to prayer, bowing down to your very own heart in deepest gratitude for the healing gift of yoga and the joy and confidence it brings to your entire body, mind, and soul every time you practice. Have a beautiful day. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day.